I'm not losing this game. I'm gonna finish answering your question after I just wax this guy.
If you lose, you're trash.
I know. I honestly, if I lose, I am trash. I was focusing. Yo, I'm doing an interview right now, man.
This is my second time I've ever played.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. What's going on? This is Clairmont the Second, and you're here with Pushthewall. I'm from the west side of Toronto. I was like on Eglinton till about 7 years old, then I ended up moving to the western area. I wasn't outside much, that just because that's just who I am. I'm not really outside like that, but growing up where I wouldn't be who I was if I didn't grow up there. When you're living in something, it's kind of hard to really explain what's happening. Yeah, I would just say it was definitely an interesting experience growing up on that side of town, and I'm grateful that I did. It's taught me a lot. I actually used to animate little cartoons. I could probably recover maybe one video I did, but yeah. So I used to animate make comic books, and playing basketball. I don't know why I didn't say that. I was on the ball team ever since I tried out for a ball team. The first time was grade 4. I've made every single team because I'm pretty good. My dad plays piano, and then my brother, he raps and produces. My sister sings, plays guitar. My little sister sings as well. So music was just in the house at all times. And then growing up in church, growing up in a Christian household, there was a lot of gospel music. So those tracks were, that's what I grew up listening to, and those were super important. So yeah, music was super important for sure. I was a producer first. Hold on, let me just wax this guy. Yeah, so I was a producer first, and but I found like old recordings from when I was like around the same age. Just like, I think seeing my brother freestyle with his friends and things like that. I didn't know that I rapped as much as I did, but I did. It's kind of hard to really say, but I definitely was a producer like first mainly. I started rapping seriously around high school. I knew that like from when I was young, I was gonna be in something music related for sure. And that's just from like me making beats and things like that. And then rapping followed, and then now I'd say I'm pretty good at both. Getting into rapping was supernatural. Not supernatural, but I got some supernatural skills. But nah, it was very natural getting into it. But I was like, oh, bad joke. I was like, that joke was trash. I'm sorry, wait, I wasn't even done the question. I just got shot. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. I'm not losing this game. I'm gonna finish answering your question after I just wax this guy.
If you lose, you're trash.
I know. I honestly, if I lose, I am trash. I was focusing. Yo, I'm doing an interview right now, man.
This is my second time I've ever played.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. Yeah. It was natural getting into it. Just because it was something that everybody was doing at the time when I was in high school, and I said, I could definitely be better than these guys. I am better than these guys, and that was before I even made a track. So I had a couple of friends, Hezi and Jahel. We made a song. It's on the internet still. It's super garbage, but it was definitely an important part of the journey. After I made that song, I knew for sure. I was like, I'm definitely gonna make music for the rest of my life. I'm definitely gonna rap for the rest of my life, and that was that. And then from that day on, I just been working hard, trying to be, the best that I could be, trying to be better than everybody else. And it turned into like, oh, you could save people's lives with this. You could, it's good for myself to make music, and I feel good about, making it after, after I mix a project, after I write a good verse, after I make a beat, whatever. So, yo, press A, fam. Some of my favorite video games, man. Okay, so easily 007 GoldenEye, Super Smash Brothers. Majority of what I played growing up was like Nintendo 64. My stepbrother had a Nintendo 64, and we just rinsed that. GoldenEye, Super Smash Brothers, WWF No Mercy. I think those were my top three games. Time went on, got a 360, and then COD Modern Warfare 2 was the big game. I just remember that summer, 2010, I believe. I had gotten hit by a car and I broke my leg, and I I was in the hospital for like 3 weeks, and I wasn't on the Xbox for a while until the last weekend I was there. At Sick Kids, you get to play video games in your room. So they asked for Xbox Elite, and they had one. And then I hooked up an Ethernet cable from the Xbox into the wall in one of the rooms, and I was able to go online. Friends like, yo, where you been? I'm like, I'm in the hospital right now. Just got hit by a car. And yeah, and then like, but that whole summer, I just remember being super happy playing Modern Warfare 2. I knew for sure I wanted to make an album that sounded like a late night drive. That was one of the things I used to be like really obsessed with. And so I knew I wanted it to have something with drive in it. There's actually this Tyler, the Creator interview with A$AP Rocky. And A$AP Rocky was making fun of Tyler. And he's like asking, like Tyler would ask him, like, do you drive? You got to get the McLaren. I thought that was hilarious. And then, yeah, one day B was just like, do you drive? And I'm like, I'll name it that, whatever. And that was that. And I didn't want to think too hard about naming the project either. So that's why it was just that. It was super easy doing 8 songs because I knew I didn't want to make the album super long in the first place. A lot of the old disco tracks, funk albums, like the old soul albums and whatnot, those weren't long albums at all. Those were like 7 to like 10 tracks. And I thought that was just super sick. And I also thought about, I wanted to put this album on vinyl. So I was thinking ahead, like, okay, if I were to put on vinyl, to have a 13-song album would just be too much. And it would be like a kind of a hassle to get vinyl done on that. You got to like adjust things, and, you know, you want to worry about sound quality and all that, blah, 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 blah. So it was just like natural to do 8 songs. And I didn't want to make it too long too, because people's attention spans are really short. I'm gonna finish this question, but I need you guys to watch what's about to happen. This is about to be crazy. Just wait. You guys watching this?
He's so annoying.
Yo. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's how you do it, Donkey Kong. You just grab him and just jump off. Yeah, so 26 minutes. It's an episode of a TV show, but it just sounds full. That was like the main thing. I'm like, how do I make an album that's like not too long but sounds full and sounds like it's done, sounds complete? Because a lot of people even have, I feel like they have longer albums and it doesn't feel like it's done. It just, there's like an unfinished element to it, and that's definitely what I wanted to achieve with it. Like, I wanted to have a finished element, and I wanted it to be perfect. And vinyl are coming too, so that was cool that I got it. I was able to do that. If I were to collab with the artist on a whole project, it'd probably be Tyler, the Creator. I think that makes sense. Like, there's like a vein that's there that, you know, that I think would work very well together if we were to make a project, even a song, whatever. But because if I'm doing a dual album with just an artist, just a rapper, like, what else are they gonna do, right? So they're just gonna be rapping on the project. But when it's somebody like, you know, Tyler, someone like Cola H, someone like Pharrell, if they need to be in a certain position, if they need to be over here, they could do that. If they need to be over here, they could do that. So I think that's things to think about when it comes to, I guess, joint projects or joint albums, or at least that would be my approach. Man, I just don't want to be super cliche, like, oh, you can't put it in a box, you know? But I don't know, I kind of just do like everything, but I would definitely say that like the main influences that you can hear are very like gospel, neo soul, jazz, R&B infused. And, you know, those are kind of like, I would say those are like an underlying tone with all my music, but at the same time, I kind of just, that's annoying. At the same time, I kind of just do I just do whatever I feel to do. I think I have a sound, but I don't try to like make one, and I don't want to define it either, because I just feel like Do You Drive is such a cohesive project, but Grace is so different from Brick. Yeah, I don't want to put that in. That was a long answer. I think all my answers have been super long, and I want to apologize for that. I think it's because I'm playing, so I'm just trying to like, I don't want to feel like I'm just saying 2 words, but yeah, underlying, neo soul jazz, gospel. Damn it, yo, I'm getting slapped in this.
Get out of here, Shane.
This map is okay. I need to stop playing around. I gotta change positions. Sorry, you gotta change the focus, right? Yeah. I definitely have like directors that I really like and movies I really like, but ultimately it's just movies and TV shows that I think are just shot very well. That I think those are cool ideas. And how could I flip it? How could I make it mine? How could I make it like a Clairmont the Second video, not whoever I like video type of thing. So, yeah, I would say it's movies is the biggest. To answer a previous question with like how would I describe my music, in one word I basically would just say grain. Grain is how I describe the music. There's that element of grain, there's that element of character where it's not super clean. It's not all the way there, and that's the same way I treat my videos. I'm not even gonna mention that. That doesn't count. It was like these guys came to this church and they were Christian rappers, and my mom bought me that CD. But I'm not even gonna say their names because I'm not here promoting them. No disrespect, but their music's not that sick. But with my own money, man, To Pimp a Butterfly. I don't know why I blanked. That's like my favorite album ever. But To Pimp a Butterfly, I bought that on vinyl, and that was like the first album I ever purchased with like that I could hold. And yeah, I was super happy when I was able to do that because vinyl are expensive. A lot of things that I feel like a lot of famous people aren't doing that they could be doing in the world. I want to do stuff like that. I want to make. I don't want to give all my plans away because like in a way I kind of don't want to be praised. But ultimately, to answer that is I want to be a good person and do what I can on this earth to make lives easier for people that don't really have easy lives. I know what it's like to not be well off for the most part, and that's kind of the end goal. Other than making classic albums after classic albums, but that's a given. Like, I plan to make the best. I want to make a jazz album. I want to make just amazing music and like be a staple for music. Like, this guy is a Western legend. He's a Toronto legend. The albums are legendary. Albums out here selling for like a ton of money and things like that. Like things I'm trying to get to like that level musically for sure. I got stuff coming. And people keep asking about the live show. It's gonna happen. Just stay tuned. Don't expect an album this year because I just put one out not too long ago. So tell people about that. Enjoy it. Ultimately, thank you for all the support and the love, and I really appreciate it. And this is like so perfectly timed that I'm at this part of this speech and I just won the match. So yeah.